Hello, everyone. Welcome to the City of Healing, where the city resides within. This is Sanetta Tarantula, and as I mentioned before, I would come to basically give an update of taking Raw Living Spirulina, and I decided to go ahead and come forth and just give a week's report as to what is done and what is not done. And basically, no drastic changes, no adverse side effects. Basically, as I mentioned before, that when I first started taking it, I noticed that there was a sudden feeling of awareness and alertness, not necessarily a burst of energy, and it didn't affect me like a stimulant like coffee would, even though I love coffee, by the way, but I can't drink it, not even the decaf. Anyway, I digress a little bit. But I'm still continuing to have that feeling every morning when I take it, and I've been consistent so far, almost a week now of taking it. And I'm taking it in about 24 ounces of water, and I start off with a half of a tablespoon up to a tablespoon now. Doesn't have a taste to it. And as I mentioned before, I tried to take spirulina before in a pill or the powder form, and my body did not like it. I felt nauseated, couldn't digest it, crampy, just couldn't do it. And I tried several times different brands. And this Raw Living Spirulina, I'm not having any of those effects, thankfully, paying that much for it. But anyway, that's positive, so easy to consume. And then the next, what I've also mentioned is that I was urinating more. And I urinate sometimes kind of a lot anyway because I drink a lot of water at certain times of the day. But now I've noticed that I'm still urinating, but a little more, and my urine stays dark throughout the day. Not dark, unusually dark, more amber. But throughout the day, I noticed it got paler and paler. Now it's not doing that, and I'm still drinking the same amount of water, but a little more actually. So I guess that shows me it's getting rid of the toxins and not just diuresis in my body, or in other words, squeezing the extra fluid out of my body. So that's a positive. And then the next, I was expecting my bowel movements to be green, um, but it didn't happen because I've noticed when I was taking other powders or certain foods that my bowel movement is green or have green um, excrement, but this didn't happen at all, which makes sense. When you are consuming something, your body absorbs it. When you're consuming something, a liquid, your body absorbs it quicker, and it doesn't get a chance to go through the motion of the digestive system, especially, the green food, the chlorophyll, that's actually detoxing the body and the nutrients that it's absorbing. It's actually being used by the body instead of going out as waste. That's how smart or intelligent the body is. It takes what it needs, and if it's not too much, it gets rid of it. That's how smart the body is if everything is working as it should. So that's not necessarily a positive, but it's something that I noticed. And at first I was concerned. I was like, am I stopped up? So what I did was I took some charcoal, and that excreted as it should. So that that just gave me evidence that my body was doing as it should, and I didn't have to worry about, it's not excreting, because it was. And you don't have to worry about that because it was actually being absorbed and used by the body. So that calmed me down. And I hadn't noticed really until recently, last couple of days, that, my bowel movements were more consistent and predictable. Not that I had problems before, but that was a positive sign. Even though it is a liquid, it doesn't have any fiber in it. So that's something to mention. And those are basically the few that are most important to mention that I noticed from them. That's the highlight of it that I've noticed. It's only been a week. I've been pretty consistent with it. I continue to monitor to see what it's doing, how my body is using it. I haven't noticed a burst of energy. Some people mentioning that it took about 2 weeks, so I'll see how that's going to do. And most importantly, no side effects. My body likes it. If my body didn't like it, it would definitely have told me. And fortunately, I'm pretty good with detecting energy in food. I don't know the last time I had anything to upset my stomach, because usually If I feel the energy is off or something is negative about it, I won't eat it. Um, lots of times something, I went somewhere, something said don't eat there, something came in my plate, something said don't eat that, something got in my mouth, even though I was forcing myself, something wouldn't let it go down. So if something was negative about this food, I wouldn't have been able to consume it. So listen to your body. It's very smart, it's great, intuitive, especially when you should and shouldn't take something, it knows. So just wanted to mention that. So far, so good. I continue to report. I'll probably do another 2 weeks. If I notice something extra dramatic, then I'll mention that as well. But also another thing that I did notice is that I just recently started to have some itching, not as an adverse reaction, but sometimes when your liver is detoxifying itself, you get pruritus or itching, and that'll usually go away, once the liver finish doing what it has to do. But that's important to mention as well, that the liver is doing what it needs to do. So those are some of the effects, positive effects that I've had. Nothing dramatic, as I mentioned, since taking Raw Living Spirulina, and I'll continue to take it and report any changes probably within another 2 or 3 weeks. And if something extraordinary, I want to run a marathon happens, then I come forth and mention that. Anyway, that's it. I'm getting ready to have myself a beautiful rest of the day. My kids call my outfit a church outfit, but I thought the skirt was very interesting, full of circles. Sacred geometry here. And these earrings, black and white stripes. Thought that was interesting. Nothing extravagant, but very much so a fun outfit. Something I just decided to wear today. Anyway, that's it for now. That's the end of me talking about the results of taking raw spirulina for a week. Positive. I'll continue to take it and report otherwise. Anyway, take care.